Hello everybody, and welcome to another tutorial in camera and lens repair. And now I have, I will take a look at this well-used Sony Alpha 6000, and because it has a focus slash zoom problem, and because the camera has been dropped. So let's take a look at it. It has a real problem because the zoom or the focusing is not working. So if I try to take a photo, well, nothing will really happen because it tells me that there's no lens attached to the camera. And I know the lens is actually working, so it must be the camera. So let's have a look inside and see what we probably, maybe, can do. Turn it off and take off the lens and put it somewhere. And we also need to take out the battery. There's no card in, so it's not a problem. Now, before we begin, it's good to have a anti-static something, wrist band. And then we need some tools, just a few, not very much. Some tweezers, different size, dented, very pointy, and something with kind of a rubber on it. It's a tweezer that many people who collect stamps and so, they use it, and coins of course, because it will not scratch the thingy. Now a dentist tool like this one with a spade is good to lift up the flex cable connectors, lock, and a few of crosshead screwdrivers. This is a JIS, which have the correct size to work with the Japanese electronic equipment, include cameras and lenses. This is also not, I know it's not and will never ever be a JIS, but I filed it with a needle file, the very pointed tip. So it's actually really good to work with the cameras like this or lenses. And I prefer it because you can see the difference in length. I prefer it because it's very short compared to this one. Sometimes it's also useful with a longer. But let's head on to the subject here. There are some screws around here. There are another tutorial on YouTube which I've seen where he fully disassembled the camera, but it's not the case here as long as I can see. Now we need some screws to unscrew. It will say here, here, there, there, and there are something inside here, this screw here, and there are two in the bottom down here. There's also something under the flash. We can pop it up here, and there will be two screws here to lift together with the viewfinder here. So we can just go ahead. Maybe it will work, I don't know yet, but let's have a see. Have a look. So and I will just speed up the process here. So remember this two screws here. I rinsed the screws so they will, well, assemble again. I remember where the screws actually sit. we will see how maybe it will work here. Just take off the back. Or is it correct in? I need to take off the top part here. And there shouldn't be any screws left. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I forgot something. There is under the diopter adjustment thingy, there's a small one that comes out too. We also need to take that out. I know it's not that good, but we'll do it anyway. So also take this out here. So there, screw, and there's also the small wheel here. So you can see. And now it should be possible to lift up. Hopefully. Yeah, of course I missed the screws in here. Yeah. So for those. So now this should be possible. Yeah, nobody's perfect. And then it should actually be possible. Maybe one have to lift out the yeah, see here it comes loose, and there shouldn't be any under the rubber up here. Nah, there should be any screws here. If I can lift it up here. So it pops up here. I think we have to take out this small part here and wiggle it a little when you lift it up. So it should be possible. And then you can see it's free. And there is a flex. We can just flip this down, maybe. Nah, don't know. Yet there is a tiny flex down here. And hold on a second. And then we need a pointy tool. This is just a dentist tool which is broken in one end, but it can be useful to pop out this flex cable and wiggle it a little out. So there it is. And then it's free. And then it should be possible. Flip up the screen and should be possible. I think the viewfinder have to come off too. Yeah. So there, and then we have to wiggle a little and hopefully get the back cover off here. There shouldn't be any screws left. Yeah, you can see this screw holds the viewfinder, and then yeah, there's a lot of clips or something that hold the back plate here, and then flip the screen a little, and maybe even more, and one have to, maybe it has to be in this, like this, yeah, have to. Okay, yeah, well, I think it will work, hopefully. And since it's plastic, it should be possible to wiggle it a little, I mean bend it a little, and so this is how it looks. Now, then I think we take off this part here. Not take it off, but need to unscrew the plate, not the base, I mean the tripod. But I would think, yeah, you can see it come loose here, and we also need to unscrew those parts here, because the cable sits something under in here. This is why I need to unscrew some parts to come into it. Maybe also this one here, it holds the front. I don't think we need to come into the front. So and this one sits over here, just so we have things in correct place. So now, then it should be, I also need those two screws here with the accessory shoe. Seems to be a little rusty or something. So maybe there is something here that is not good. So now we have things loose in a way. And let's see. There's something here you need to flip out here. Something up here. This flex cable here needs to be unclipped, so I would guess. Maybe not. Okay. something here that needs to be unclipped. So, okay, I think I need to take this out here. So, and but this here. There's not really any screws, but one have to lift. Ah, yeah, I see the point. There's a kind of a lock here. So when I flip it up just a little, I can push it forward and then unlock this part here. Very smart. Now, what comes next? Because the repair manual does not tell much about what to do when disassemble it. So one need to take, yep, I think it should be possible to lift it out here, yeah, and probably get this free and flip it up. Then it should be possible to flip out the screen. Doesn't seem to be any screws attached here. Oh yeah, now I see. It should be possible to lift out this part here. Then wiggle a little with it, and hopefully it will come out. So here it is, and now we have the flex for the screen, which I need to, you can see here the little lock pin here that we need to lift up. So, and then pull it out gently. So I can see there has been some water damage on here. If we take a closer look on the flex, maybe you can see in the middle of the flex there seems to be something that is not correct. And I can also see on the other side there is something wet. So maybe there has been a water damage in here. Yeah. Now, then the flex cable, as I see it, it's connected to the front, which should be this one. I mean, we can try to go further into the and see if there's other things wrong. And take this out here. So. And now we have a closer look in here. Maybe there is something, we can try to flip up the plastic sheet here. see if there's anything wrong. Yeah, I think I will take this out, and but maybe I need to take out this. Probably, yeah, lift it out. And then, no, it doesn't smell bad. No, it doesn't seem to be so bad, but I think I will take out the flex here. Gently wiggle it out. Or we could just take out the and here the it's connected to this big connector here. Seems to be something wet down here. So maybe there has been something. Feels like oil or so. So maybe it's the error. I don't know yet, but let's see how the flex here looks. It's not bad, but and maybe there has just been a bad connection with this. Could be the problem. So I will just put it in again. And maybe it could be the solution. I mean, the camera has been dropped, so no one knows what's actually had happened. Or I will just put in the connectors. There's something loose over here. Now I have taken a closer look at this problem in here with the connectors up here. And there has been a water damage up here. On this you probably can see there are some kind of corroded in this area here in the middle of the connector. And it was also the same I saw on the flex cable here, which you probably can see if we have, yeah, there are some not really good green stuff. Maybe it's possible to clean it away and in that way get the camera to work, but let's see. I'll just use some isopropyl alcohol 99% and a fresh new cotton bud, just to see if it's possible to wipe it away and then give it some cleaning here. Could be, I mean, it's always worth try if it's possible. I mean, not every time, but in this case I think it could be interesting to see Also on the back side here, there are some green stuff you probably can see, hopefully. And also clean that away. And also the edge of the connector, I mean the flex end, needs some. So, and it looks much better. And also the connector up here on the back side, where there are some black, I mean, green stuff, just need some more cotton buds. And I will just do it again. Because maybe it can come back to life. Well, maybe it will work, I don't know yet. I'll just put the camera back into yeah, assemble it again. Say that could be. So there, and there is a screw here for this one. So there, and I think there is also a strange thing here. Because I mean, so we will just put it on again here. Put in this first. So there. And it should sit something like there. And this one comes on and have to be clipped into position. Something like that here. It seems to be fine. Yeah, this little tab will cannot come any further down, so it can only sit there when one put it in. And then we have 2 screws here. So there, and the next one. There should be, and I can just put this on again and let it sit where it should. And then have those screws here. And this one comes on here, the black one. Not yet, because the back cover has to sit there first. Now, then I can clip on this part here. Yeah, I need to put on the display. Which I need to put in here. And with my tweezer here, I can hopefully get the flex cable into the connector again. It's so sticky. I mean, not sticky, it's so stiff. So, and wiggle it in a little so it cannot come any further. And then just so click it into place. And then I can add the back here and hopefully get it into correct position. Hopefully. So it would be something like there. No, this screw does not have to come in yet. Or maybe I can just loosen it a little. Nah, it needs to come out. I can see. And then put it in. Yeah, I can see this part here has to come out first. Oh, wow. There are so many lock pins, and so there. And then should be possible to put it on here without damage anything. Sometimes it's not so easy because the plastic part is so thin and it will break easily. So I would not like to do that. And it seems like we are home. So there it is. And I can just add this long screw on the side here. And then this one. And the tiny small one here. And then we actually have a good control of the parts here. And I can just continue with the two screws up here that hold the back plate here. So there. And let's see. And the two screws down here that connects to the tripod mount. So there. So it's quite good. And then the the control wheel here, but I need to flip this down here and add the small plastic and flex cable underneath so it sits correct. Yeah, so one have to put it under this little tab and then the other one, because this is shorter, so it will help to put it on. So now it sits fine. And then I can add the tiny plate here, and it also have to sit correct. But I think I will put it in first in the connector. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah. So there, and then it should be possible to put it on here and then slide it in, and it clicks the lock here. So that's it, part of it. Then I can put the back on again, and then we will just put it that angle here. Put it over. Maybe you have to bend the plastic a little. Don't break it. There. And so see if everything is correct in place. And then things will click into correct position. And then I will add the small wheel here. So there. Then find the correct position for the tiny diopter control ring. Then have a good finger on it so it will not, when you turn it, it will not break. So you have to be careful not to screw it in too hard. And then we can add this screw here. So there, and there are two inside the battery chamber, which we cannot put in yet. Then I can add the viewfinder. So it will sit like this. So there, and there's one screw up here on the top. There, and there are two on the back, right under the viewfinder here. So there. So they are here. And then I put on the screws here on the side. This one comes in here. And the screws underneath here. There. And this one here, the last screw on the bottom part. So, and yeah, that's the only thing I miss, is to put on the top cover again. And this one will just go on to the connector here, which I will just put in. I'll have to flip the camera a little and then slide it, hopefully. There's not much space in here. And the flex cable is not that long. But, well, we did it. Then one can just put it in again so it sits correct. And yeah, just put the top cover on. And it has to be click into position. Reload those plastic clips. Hopefully they will sit correct. I can see I missed something. I mean, this screw has to come out because then the top cover can come on and click it in, and then I can just add the screw again on the side. So, and then the two screws where the flash pops up, sits down there. Don't tighten the screws too hard. I mean, it's tiny and there is a lot of plastic parts that can easily break. Oh, missed something here. So there. Okay, one have to push the button, the flash button in, and then I think it clicks into place. So now it is. Yeah, so it works. And now the screws in the battery chamber that hold the top plate in place. I think it'll be quite interesting to see if they're the other one. And you see no screws left, so that's quite good. But will it work or not? put on the lens, and the battery comes in and everything explodes. There's some battery on, but nah, doesn't seem to work. So I would guess the camera's not in that good condition. Even if I take a memory card and put in, I can just put it in and see if it makes any difference. I don't think so. No, not really. We can just try another card to see if it's working. Okay, nah. Maybe it's too small, or it's a different format. I'm going to not use it because it will delete every pictures on it. But it doesn't seem that the camera does not work at all. I mean, even if I point it to something, and yeah, it says control, check if there is any lens on the camera, but I mean, there is. And if I turn the flash, okay. So maybe it's not, maybe it's only bad connection. This seems to be, maybe. No, it will not at all work. So I will guess there has been some water damage in this camera, and it's sad to say. So it is. You cannot win every time, but so it is. Hope you can use the info maybe in if there's something wrong with your camera. I did not dig that deeper into the camera, because if there's any water damage, well, so it is. So that's all for me. Bye bye.